Many people stop living long before their time is up. I was speaking with a friend named Rosie, and when I asked how she was doing, she sighed deeply and said, "Life feels like a mess." I asked her what she meant, and she told me that after years of raising children, paying bills, and carrying responsibilities, she suddenly realized that she had never lived for herself. Her kids were grown, her home was quiet, and she sat there thinking, "I haven't done anything for me." She told me she wanted to travel, to stand before the pyramids, to walk through Paris, to help teenage mothers because she had once been one. She wanted to see the world, touch lives, and know her existence mattered. Her words reminded me of a woman who once learned she had a terminal illness. She came home, sat at her kitchen table with a cup of coffee, and after a long silence, she lifted her head and said, "I refuse to die without ever having lived." That moment changed everything for her. She had spent her whole life serving her family, and for the first time, she put herself back into her own story. I know what that feels like. There was a time when I went to a job I hated. Every morning I dreaded going in, and every night I prayed I wouldn't get fired. No one forced me to be there, but I convinced myself that responsibilities and bills were enough reason to stay. I wasn't living. I was just showing up to survive. A friend once told me, people only change when they finally say, "I've had enough." Maybe the reason you're listening right now is because somewhere inside you've whispered the same words. You felt that pull towards something more. You sense that the life you're living is smaller than the life you're capable of. And you're right. You can do more. I share my journey not to impress you, but to show you what becomes possible when you change the way you think about yourself. We all live according to the stories we believe. Many of us were born into stories long before we could choose one. I grew up poor and didn't even realize it until I crossed the causeway with my mother and saw the massive hotels and beautiful homes on the other side of the city. While she cleaned rooms and cooked meals, I watched wealthy families live a life I could only imagine. I asked my mother why we couldn't live like that. She said, "Because that's just the way things are." Every day while cleaning Mr. Sudarsky's office, I overheard motivational tapes playing, "We become what we think about. Program your mind for success. Do today what others won't, so you can have tomorrow what others can't." Those words created a new picture in my mind, one that didn't match my environment. Those messages eventually led me from being a janitor, a garbage collector, and a door-to-door salesman to becoming one of the most sought-after speakers in the world. I've spoken on global stages, earned millions of dollars, lectured at major universities, and built a life I once thought was impossible. Not because I started special, but because I changed my inner story. That begins with feeding your mind intentionally. Expose yourself to positive, empowering messages every single day, at least an hour. If you do this consistently for 6 months, your life will shift in ways that will surprise you. Faith grows by repeated hearing. Confidence grows by repeated hearing. Your identity grows by repeated hearing. Reading a few pages of something uplifting every day strengthens that transformation. Your mind is always being influenced by fear, by memories, by negativity, by your surroundings. You must influence it back. Books, ideas, wisdom, they reshape your beliefs and open doors that were once invisible. Another crucial step is upgrading your relationships. Studies have shown that your income sits within a few $1,000s of the people you spend the most time with. People can uplift you or restrict you without saying a word. Conversations become beliefs. Beliefs become habits, and habits create destinies. If you are the most driven person in your circle, then your circle needs to evolve. One relationship, one mentor, changed everything for me. He shared insights that transformed my career. He showed me opportunities I had never imagined. The highest amount I had ever earned for a speech suddenly multiplied. 90 minutes changed the trajectory of years. I was thrilled, but I was also shocked. For almost 3 decades, I had been leaving opportunity and growth on the table simply because I didn't know what I didn't know. Sometimes the right person can see in you what you cannot yet see in yourself. Another important moment comes when you pinpoint the one area of your life where change is overdue. When you decide that something must change, life responds. Whether it's a draining job, an abandoned dream, or a fear you've been avoiding, a single decision can open doors you never knew existed. It helps to have a visual picture of what you want. I carry pictures of the house I wanted to buy for my mother long before I had the money. I wrote on a small card that I would become one of the world's leading speakers long before anyone believed it. I imagined myself on television long before any studio ever called. Your mind gravitates toward the images you feed it consistently. Writing your goals with clarity makes them even stronger. Break them into smaller steps. 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, 1 year. Then identify 7 actions you will take every day to move toward those goals. 7 steps every single day. Small progress becomes unstoppable momentum. Understand this, you will fail on the way to success. You will make mistakes, face disappointments, and stumble more times than you can count. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey. If life knocks you down, try to fall on your back. If you can look up, you can get up. There is an old saying, if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do no harm. Most of our barriers are internal. Fear, doubt, old conditioning. Those are the real chains. When you change what's happening inside, nothing outside can stop you. You are capable of far more than your current results show. There is more strength in you, more talent, more creativity, more potential than you've expressed so far. You are not here just to get by, pay bills, and survive. You are here to live fully. Do not leave this world with your gifts still inside you. Live full and leave empty. Everything begins the moment you decide you deserve more than survival. The moment you decide to finally live.